to protect all of us and bring us all together. And we're going to kick off that process today. And a friend of mine who is all about community and certainly has helped the town of Hayden through his work as a councilman and mayor, and has now brought his level of experience to Routt County, for which I'm very thankful. I'd like to introduce our Commissioner, Tim Redmond.
You know, I want to thank all of you for coming out today and taking the time to contribute to this program and also to learn and to educate. I just have to tell you a little story. It was 2018. I had just been elected the mayor of Hayden, and I came home that afternoon and the Murphy fire had broken out on top of the car. And I was watching the sunset. I could see the flames, I could feel the wind, and I knew it was coming to my town. And the first time ever in that part of the county, I saw small aerial tankers dropping on that fire. And I remember sitting there thinking, you know, I'm the mayor of this town, and I'm sure there's something I need to be doing, but I don't know. And that's the situation none of us want to be in, because that is not the time to educate yourself. This is the time to educate ourselves. And so I want to thank all of you for coming out, having the time and the commitment to not only protect yourselves, but to protect our community. You know, as life is changing in this area, wildfires are becoming more intense, their nature is changing. I sit in the meetings with fire professionals, you guys, and you tell me about how the conditions change, how the behavior of fire changed. It used to be if you hit an aspen grove, fire would stop. It used to be if you hit a wet meadow, the fire would stop. It used to be fires laid down in them. Now we're seeing all of those things changing. Fires running downhill in them. So we've got to educate ourselves, and more importantly, our fellow citizens. Because I will tell you, when I go out and speak to people in the community and talk to them about putting defensible space around their house, a lot of times I hear, I don't want to clear cut around my house. And I'm not saying you should clear cut around your house, but I say you need to protect yourself, your family, and your property. You know, and in that order. Property is wonderful, but the lives are what we're all about protecting. And so it's going to start with small seeds from, you know, our community, the Wildfire Mitigation Council, the firefighting professionals. We need to educate our community to make them aware of the dangers that are facing them. You know, we used to talk about wildfire urban interface. Quite honestly, that's the entire county. And so we've got to educate people, be prepared, and work forward and group efforts. I mean, it's not going to be just the citizens. It's going to be the gentleman, Matt McCombs from Colorado Fire State Forest. It's going to be federal, because it's all got to be done together. You know, we have to do at least 40% of our forests and do defensible spaces around our house. We're not only protecting ourselves from wildfire, we're protecting our watersheds. 85% of people in Colorado depend on forested watersheds for their drinking water. So not only are we going to be protecting our forest health, and personal lives, you know, this is what it's going to take to have us move into the future with healthy communities, safe communities. And as a public official, my number one job, although the man whose number one job is sitting right there, is public safety. You know, that's the first thing that we've got to do. We've got to take some time, look at this, plan accordingly, and have the training and the coordination. And the time to do that is now. We've seen what happened at the Marshall Fire. We saw what happened down in Eltville. Let's take the time, educate ourselves, make the commitment, spend the money, and take care of this situation. And I want to again say thank you all for giving up your time, your afternoon, to come out here and participate in this, and then I would like to ask you to go back and spread the word. And with that, welcome to this year's wildfire.